Hey, bro. Yeah, about as Aussie as you can get over here. Nothing much, Jason. Just on the way home, man. Just on the way home. I'm so tired, mate. Just really tired. My legs are sore and my arms are sore. This now. I don't know, I'm not used to it. So I'm sitting here waiting for this freaking minutes. Thanks very much, man. I appreciate you watching my videos. Give them a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. Be a member, mate, if you wouldn't mind. It's taken me this long to get where I am now, mate. 4 years or something just to get where I am now. The doctor that I go and see, mate, they're subpoenaing my psychological, words from her. So whatever I've said to her, they're now going to use in court. I have no privacy at all, no confidentiality at all. And of course that's done down, that's done literally. Because the woman, she doesn't have to go through anything, mate. She doesn't have to do a single psychological report or parenting courses. She doesn't have to do any behaviour courses because she's perfect. She is absolutely perfect. Everything that she says or does is just pure genius. And it's only the man that has to go through all that. I wish I could show you my court orders, man. Like, they're fucking full on. And I did everything. It took me 2 years to complete all of their stuff. And all it's done is mind jam me, dude. It's just mind jammed the fuck out of me. And I'm totally skint on Centrelink with legal aid. That's the only way you can get your legal aid, mate. You got to be on Centrelink, bro. So it's completely mind jammed my whole thing, man, to be honest. A waste of years, except to be with Echo. And then they toss you aside. And then they toss you aside. And they take your children from you, which is all you really care about. You down. Psychologically, it wears you down. I'm fucking worn down. I try strong and stuff, but I'm fucking depressed. And I don't even get up until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I fucking sleep all day. I can't go and talk to anybody. I can't go and book a session with anybody because those notes is going to be used against me in court. And then they'll decide that, you're crazy and you don't ever get to see your child again, and you're crazy and you don't ever get to see your child again, and you didn't obey this and you didn't obey that, so you don't see your child. They will come out with 1,001 reasons for you not to see your child. For that woman to obey the court order that she's already got, that already cost me $38,000 to get into her hands. It cost me everything, I'm the perfect example of a total schmuck. I mean, I'm happier now than I have been in, many, many years. I've got my own little place and my own make me feel better. No wife is supposed to treat you that way, gentlemen. They're just not. So that's not your wife. It never was your wife. It's just fucking fake bullshit. Because they would never treat you that way. If it was your real wife, it would never treat you that way. Ever. Her own friends told me that. Her own Chinese fucking friends told me that years. Fucking McDonald's, man. I haven't had McDonald's in a long time. Yeah, I'm like the perfect example of what not to do. You know, I really am. Like, don't go over there and marry them, bloke. Don't believe in this, they call it backpack brothers or whatever they call it now. Yeah, don't believe in any of that, mate. That is absolute fucking, you're a target. You're just a walking target, mate, the minute you get off the plane. All right, that's it. And they'll put you into promised land. The person that you're with now, and he's so married yesterday, into the spare room, nothing. Person, mate. You know, what kind of fucking marriage is that? Fake marriage, mate. That's what it is. It's fake. So, if you're involved in that, and it's fine, as long as you know that, as long as you realise what's going on. Otherwise, you're going to get your heart broken. You're going to get your heart broken, mate, because you're not going to believe what's in, you don't understand what's going on. Like, I did not know what the fuck was going on. I've never even heard of this before. Like, and every single man is an abuser. Every single one, gentlemen, don't fool yourself. As soon as they're done with you, you become the abuser. You're an abuser, okay? You're abusing them. Yesterday you were fine. They need to collate the evidence, mate. And unfortunately, the evidence is one way, and that's my evidence. Because I'm the only one that's done anything. I'm the only person that spoke to anybody that's done any courses. I'm the only one. So they're going to collaborate their evidence, mate. Like, it's they'll find any reason they... Full moon, mate. Full moon. Pretty cool. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I always get done with you in the room there, Scotty boy. Always, mate. I noticed that, Scotty boy. Scotty boy, the fucking narc, mate. Don't think I don't know what the fuck you're doing, Scotty boy. Don't think I don't fucking know, mate. I'd like to actually ask you a question, mate. How many times have you reported me on TikTok, Scotty boy? How many times, brother? And don't tell me none. Don't tell me none, mate. You're an insult to my intelligence. Okay? And our second question is why? Why? Why in the fuck do you come into my fucking TikTok and within minutes, mate, I get fucking kaboomed, mate, every fucking time you're in the chat. Every single time. Okay? Every single time your ass is in my fucking chat. Yeah, mate. Yeah, man. I'm onto you. I'm onto you, man. I just can't work out why. Why? What the fuck? Why? I don't even fucking know you. I don't even know you. And you think I'm so fucking stupid. I waited for you to come into the chat, man. I waited for you to come into the fucking chat, Scotty boy. And I sat there just fucking counting the minutes. And bang, man, within a fucking 2 minutes, cunt, fucking reported me. Sexual activities. And I'm sitting there at the counter. Don't fucking tell me you didn't. I just can't understand why. What the fuck for? Oh, they just come into your chat on TikTok, man. They don't support anything. They don't give you a fucking single like on any video. They don't give you a single like on any video on your channel at all. And within minutes, man, bang, they file their reports. And I just happen to notice that every single time I get reported, Scotty boy's in the fucking crowd, mate. There's only me and him in there. There's only me and him in there and I get reported. Fuck. You know, it doesn't take a whole genius to work it out, bro. Anything to kill my stream. Anything to destroy the stream. Any momentum in the stream. Don't think I don't know it was you, man. I fucking know it was you. And I blocked 2 of your names, didn't I, Scotty boy? You tried to join up in TikTok with 2 other names. So hopefully you leave me the fuck alone on TikTok, Scott. I don't need your fucking kind of clientele hanging around me, man. You bring nothing but reports. That's it. You bring reports. Report. And I did it online again. You're fucking there, mate, within minutes. And you're reporting again. Like you love fucking reporting, mate, you fucking bitch. I don't know, man. It's a nice night, though. Look at that, viewer. A little bit of Australian sky for you, bro. No, I got to wait for a bus, man. Stay on path, Dobby. Stay on path, mate. Phew, mate. Oh, fucking, mate. I wish I could get a good girl, mate. You know? I really do. You don't know what it's like to be with somebody, mate, and when they talk to you, you know they're talking shit. Have you ever had that, gentlemen? You ever been with a woman, and you know when they're talking to you, you know they're lying? You know they're full of fucking shit, and everything they say is just absolute tripe, and you cannot trust it at all. And that's how I was for years. And this person thought she had me fooled, mate. She thought she had me fooled all that time. You know, I was just lucky, man, that I was awake up to it. Otherwise, I would have been as broken-hearted as what she wanted me to be. Because that's what they want. They want you to be broken-hearted, man. Okay? They want you fucked up, and they want you with absolutely no possessions at all, except a pillow and a blanket. And, of course, a child. Always give you a nice child support bill, mate, on the way out the door. No? Suddenly you owe this person $800 in child support. Like, if you know what I mean? Like you fucking live there, right? And they tell everybody you are, like fucking bullshit, you don't owe them anything, mate. But they put you in debt, brother. I've got no choice. If I give up, mate, then I've done all this for nothing. I've come this far, you know what I mean? Like I've come this far, and if I give up, mate, I've done it all for nothing. You know, I've done it all for nothing. The men's behaviour course, I've done all of that for nothing. The parenting courses, the children's courses, they made me go and do every course known to mankind. You know, like they didn't make her do a single course, ladies and gentlemen, not a single one. And any of the ones they put on the order, they don't have to obey, man. They don't have to actually go and do it. You know, only the man does it. Only the man does. Okay? Because the woman just fucking takes your kids and goes. It's the man that's got to go back to court. The man has to go back to court all the time and fight for his children, mate. So she doesn't have to do a fucking thing. You do. You do, the man. You've got to complete everything in that order in order to proceed in the court, mate. You can't just walk in. They make you do all of the stuff first, and then you can go back to court. It's like you've got your little fucking tit. You've got your ticket to ride on the fucking on the ground, right? And that's all they don't need to do anything, mate. And my little girl, she grows up without a dad. She grows up without a dad. She calls me Charlie. My little Echo calls me Charlie. You know, if you've been watching me at all, viewer, you know, and you watch me and Echo together, me and Echo, she never called me Charlie, mate. I was never Charlie, okay? Every child deserves to know their dad. So I don't have any of that at the moment. And it hasn't been an easy ride. It hasn't been an easy ride. The only jobs I can get right now is container unloading. Unloading a container. So you just unload all the boxes onto the pallet, and then they get the pallet with the forklift. $32 an hour. 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. So at least I can pick up a little bit of work here and there. But I'm wearing myself out, man. Psychologically, my body, it's fucking... I feel old. You know, I feel old. You don't eat properly. You don't eat properly, man. You don't sleep properly. You're unhappy inside, mate, like you've got something missing. You know, there's something missing inside. And that's how you spend your life. You spend your life with like a fucking hole in your chest, you know? And then come on here, mate, and I've got nasty messages. I got nasty messages from people that watch me. I don't want to fucking deal with it, mate. I don't care. I don't care what you think of me or think of my life, or you approve of this or you don't approve of that. You're not in my shoes. Thank God you're not in my shoes. I try and warn people so that you don't get in my shoes. You don't become me. Okay? There are too many like me, gentlemen. Don't think that I'm the only one and, oh, he must be a real bad guy. He's an asshole. He did this. Do is go and visit a family law court. Just go and visit a family. Just walk in there and just sit down there in the court and be there for 10 minutes, and you will find how many broken men there are. There are a lot of broken men. You know? There's a ton of us, bro. And when we walk into that court, we've got no power. And it's handed to her, mate. She doesn't have to fight for it, argue with it, or anything, mate. It's just given to her. You're the one that's fighting, mate, and arguing. Full moon. You gotta watch out for your wives, because it's a full moon. Boys are playing soccer. Is it soccer or football? I think it's football. Basically, you're doomed, boys. You're doomed, brother. We've got 80% divorce rate initiated by women. Okay, wherever you go, it's 80% divorce rate. So why would you marry them? Why are you marrying them for? You know, they wake up one day and their feelings have changed and they divorce you. It's as simple as that. You know, you don't need to be a bad guy. You don't need to have done something wrong. It's based on feelings, how she felt today. Her feelings aren't there today. So that's it, divorce. And when they divorce you, they take everything. They take everything you've worked for, whatever you own, whatever you've worked for up to that point. Yeah, they take everything. And they'll still look at you and go, you owe me. You owe me. You know, they have everything, including your children, including your kids. And that's not enough. It's not enough. Okay? So don't marry them. Don't move in with them. You don't need to. I don't understand what for. You know, the only power they've got goes in the tissue and goes in the bin. That's the only power they've got. They've got no other power. If your boys woke up to that fact, their pedestal that you put them on, the female pedestal, yeah, it disappears real quick. Okay? They've got no more pedestal. And that's the problem, mate. You know, I really loved my wife. I gave her free rein, did whatever she wanted me to do, didn't argue with her at all, just said yes, yes, yes all the time. And the more that you said yes, the more they want. And the more they want, the more unhappy they are, and the more that they want. They just want. You know, you can never, I couldn't keep it happy, mate. It didn't matter how much money I gave it every week. It didn't matter how many things you would buy, how many purses, how many handbags, how much makeup. It did not matter. Every week was a new demand. There's another demand, okay? So, that's just how they roll, man. That's just how they roll. And that's their power. Because if you want any of that naan bread, mate, you want any naan bread, you've got to keep her sweet. You've got to keep her sweet. If you don't keep her sweet, you're not going to get any naan bread, mate. Okay? It's real simple, okay? It's real simple, bro.
If you don't keep her sweet, you're not going to get any naan bread. And then you turn into a monk. You turn into a monk, mate. Okay? You want to know the best way, mate, to preserve yourself? You know? Get married. Get married, brother. Okay? You know, she's going to turn you into a monk. Like once every 3 months, you know, once every 2 months. You know, and you got to like beg for that shit, dude. You got to beg for it, right? I got sick of that shit, dude. I got so sick of it. Fucking hell. So I never went near it after that, mate. I never fuck that. I never went near it. I got sick of begging for that shit, dude. I got sick of begging, mate. Fucking hell, you got to beg your own wife. Your own wife. So no, I never went near it. No. Yeah, I look like a monk. I feel like a monk. Don't worry about that. When I was married, I was a monk. I was a monk. I can tell you that. I think I watched more corn, mate, than I did anything else. I just watched more corn. I never got to see it, you know what I mean? I never got to see anything else, bro. I remember this fucking wicked person, mate. She comes out of the shower and she says, oh, can you take pictures of me? So I started to, like, you know, yeah, okay, not a problem, right? So I start taking these pictures. She's different posing, right? And the woman grabs my phone, goes running into the bedroom, slams the door, comes out in 10 minutes time, throws my phone on the living room floor, and it's all been deleted. It's all been deleted. Like, so all those pictures that I took a minute ago were all gone, and where did they go? Where did they go? You went into your bedroom, you closed the door, slammed the door, and when you came back out again, my phone is deleted. So great, you got your husband taking naked pictures of you to send to who? To send to who? You know, you don't get to touch him, mate. You don't get to actually touch it at all. But you can take pictures of it. Here you go, click, 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 click. But you can't touch it. No, you can't touch it. No. No, mate, the greatest preservation of a woman, mate, is when she gets married. The greatest preservation. Like, these bitches will lay it all out when they're a boyfriend, girlfriend, mate. They'll lay it all out to the next boyfriend. It's not until you marry them, mate, that the rules come out. The rules, right? You got to have rules, mate. Fucking rules, brother. These bitches tried to get me into court, mate, to fucking demand this and demand that. And I happened to remind them, babe, listen, lady, you grabbed the phone and you ran out of the room with my phone. How do I have any pictures of anything? Well, I said, that's a joke. You've just embarrassed yourself. Like, you've just admitted that you've taken naked pictures of yourself and sent them to somebody else on the internet that isn't your husband. That's basically what you've done. So no, these bitches are cruel, mate. They're cruel, brother. They are cruel. They will get you to take pictures of them and the whole thing, right? You're not allowed to touch it. You're not allowed any of it. And then they go back into the bedroom and close the door, mate. That's it. Go back in and close the door. That's the end of that. Very cruel, mate, women are. Very, very cruel. They'll hold it in front of you and they'll say to you, don't touch it. You know, look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, but don't feel. You know what I mean? So no, mate. I was a monk. I got turned into a monk, mate. So make sure that doesn't happen to you. Make sure it doesn't happen to you. The only thing that mattered, mate, was Echo. When Echo came along, that's the only thing that mattered to me. You know, I've still got my videos, mate. I've still got all my memories. They can't take that from you. They can accuse you of whatever they want, but they can't take your memories, bro. So, you know, we'll keep fighting, mate. We'll keep fighting. I'm trying to get some money together with the job and to pay for these psychology reports. I need to get reports done. But I've got 5 months. 7-month adjournment, mate. 7 months. 7-month adjournment, mate. They should be ashamed. They should absolutely be ashamed of themselves. Do not let the family law court look at you and go, you know, it's in the interest of the children. You know, we're going to do what's in the best interest of the children. Because they will adjourn for 7 months.
7 months. Okay, no one obeys any orders. Everyone gets to ignore it and walk away and come back in 7 months, and you don't see your child. Before that, we had a 4-month adjournment in order to go and do a family report. 4 months. You know, I go along to this meeting, mate. I've waited 4 months, you know. And my ex-wife has already filled this person's head with absolute, just total lies, you know, before I've even walked in. So it's totally poisoned the entire meal. Learn from me, gentlemen, learn. Okay, I want you to learn. I don't tell you these things so that I embarrass myself. I tell you these things so if they ever come along in your life, I want you to premeditatively do it. Okay, don't wait until it's already been done to you. Make sure you premeditate it. You think about what she is going to do to screw you over before she screws you over. And you try and counter or attack that. You counter-attack it. Okay? Like the family report was told that I had a DV, I had an AVO, I had a DV investigation, DV allegation, DV investigation, a DV order. These all lies. They're all lies. Not a single thing is real. But this person believes everything that your ex will tell her. She will believe it without proof. She doesn't need any paperwork, okay? So this person's head has been filled up with so much shit about you that when you walk into the room, you're automatically guilty. You're automatically guilty. It doesn't matter what you say to this person, you know? I spent 40 minutes of a 1 hour meeting, 40 minutes of a 1 hour meeting, just defending myself against absolute lies. Just trying to get this person to understand that there are no orders, there are no paperwork, there is nothing, you have nothing, and you're sitting there talking about stuff that isn't real, and you want me to comment on it. Oh, yes, it is real, Mr. Barker, you're lying to me, you've got a DV order, I'm going to call the police. I said, call the police. I told the lady during the meeting, call the police, love. I said, oh man, by that time I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not guilty of anything. So for this person to sit there telling me, oh no, you can't talk about your daughter, I'm going to call the police. This is a professional. This is a professional with a name tag and a pronoun. I mean, they've got a pronoun, for Christ's sake. They're professional people here. They've got pronouns, mate. But they don't believe a single thing you say, mate, because you're the male, because you're the man. Like, trust me, man, they won't believe anything that you say. And even when you say to them, where's your proof? You just accuse me of having a DV order and an AVO, so where's your proof? Oh, well, I haven't got any proof. I don't need any of that. But you're just guilty of it. You're guilty of it. Like, how does that fucking logic work? It only works with a woman brain. It works because it's called female logic, mate. It's called womenese. Womenese, mate, is what it's called. They don't need proof. They don't need logic. They just need accusations. Feelings. They're feelings, ladies and gentlemen. It's all based on feelings. I feel this, I feel that. You know, I feel like he's going to do this, I feel like he's going to do that. Nothing in reality. There's nothing in reality. You get it? They don't need reality. They just need to accuse. And they bring it home every time, boys and girls. You know, that doctor sat there and was absolutely convinced that I had all of this stuff. And I said to the doctor, I said, look, have you got a picture of me child? You know, have you got a picture of Echo? I haven't seen my daughter in 3 years. Everything is blocked on the internet, and my ex-wife refuses to even give me a picture of my daughter. And she says, oh no, you're not allowed to have any pictures of your daughter. If you've got any pictures, I'm going to call the police. So that's the second time this person, this fucking doctor, has threatened to call the police, right? So I said, call them. I said, call the police, love. Call them. And while she's sitting there with a confused look on her face, I go to my phone and I show her all the pictures of my daughter on my phone. I said, go right ahead, call them. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, boys and girls. Because it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You don't just get to tell someone they've got this or they've got that and they've got nothing and you've got no paperwork. Mate, I was so pissed off because she's a professional, right? And this is costing me, what, $700 to talk to this person? $700 fucking dollars? And I waited 4 months in order to get told that I'm this, and this, which is a whole bunch of lies. And they don't ask you any questions, mate. They just accuse you. They don't actually ask you any questions at all, viewer. They sit there fucking just accusing you. They don't ask you anything. And anything they do ask you, they don't fucking believe you. It's any reason for you not to see your child. Let's just create some bullshit. Let's just create some lies. That'll work. You know, that'll work. And you really, really pissed me off. You got my daughter calling me Charlie. I swear on my ass, as long as it points to the fucking ground, this does not end. That really, really hurt me. So, no, I will never walk away. I will never give up. I will drag your ass into court for the next fucking until she's 18 years old. And when she's 18, I've got all the paperwork for my daughter to read. They'll even use illegal paperwork, viewer, because they don't think that anybody will check. And I must admit, nobody checked except me. You know, I'm sitting in the court, right? And I get given a piece of paper. Oh, I was at home. Let me set this packet of smokes, mate. Alright, packet of smokes, good. And your illegal paperwork, man. Like, you actually put in an AVO, gentlemen, they will put an AVO in to the court today that ran out 3.5 years ago. And they will present it to the court like it's real, like it's current. Oh, look, he's got an AVO in his name. And everybody in the court just accepts it. My own lawyer, the judge, it goes through the lady before the judge. You know that lady that does the talking? It goes through the prosecutor. It goes through the clerk of courts. It goes to the judge. Everyone is believing it. Oh, he's got an AVO. Look, that's going to change everything. That's what the judge has said to me. Like, it's just, they're just looking for anything they can. Anything to legitimise you not seeing your children. And so they're all, oh, he's got an AVO and this, that and the other. My own lawyer, convinced I've got an AVO. So, and I'm sitting there, man, I'm almost in tears, I swear, because I have no paperwork. I have no paperwork at all. I do not know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm pretty sure if I had an AVO, I would have paperwork, right? And I don't have any paperwork. So I'm thinking something's not right. Something's, you know. So I got hold of a copy of their AVO. I got hold of a copy of it because my lawyer's telling me that you've got a new AVO and you've got to delete your channel. You've got to delete everything, right, on your social media. And I said, I'm not deleting anything. Show me the AVO, because it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. I'm an Australian citizen. I'm allowed to have a point of view about my life. You do not get to control people when they're not fucking with you. You do not get to control people in Australia like that. It does not work that way here. You know, I had your stinking AVO for fucking 2 years. It took me 18 months to get you into court to have it completely removed. I had that shit thrown out fucking 3.5 years ago, viewer. It took me 18 months. Gentlemen, it will take you 18 months to get her into court to have an AVO removed. Just an AVO. And if you don't go to court when they tell you to, even if they adjourn it, you automatically lose. So that person will get a lifetime AVO against you, lifetime, because you didn't go to the court on the day, you stayed at work. So you have to go to court, viewer. You have to, gentlemen. You know, you have to take the day off, okay? And explain to whoever you need to do in order to go to that court. Because if you don't, you are going to lose a lot by not going. You're going to lose a lot. Because the 2-year can get turned into a lifetime AVO or a 10-year AVO. and majoritively lifetime AVO. They wanted a lifetime AVO on me, viewer. Lifetime. So you can never talk about your daughter. You can never have a picture on your channel. You could never ever go social media and talk about her ever. Lifetime AVO. So this person, I'm in the family law court. This is fucking recently, and I'm showing like it's just impossible. So I got hold of the actual AVO itself. I seem to be the only one that does any reading, because I'm the only one that gives a fuck, right? Because it's my life, right? So I'm the only one that actually gives a fuck, you know? So I actually read the paperwork, and there's a fucking date on the bottom of the page, viewer. There's a date. It's fucking quite clear right there. I know it's small. I know it's fucking small, and you have to actually read it, but it does fucking exist. And that shit ran out 3.5 years ago. It's out of date. It's no longer valid. And here we are in family law court 4 years later, and I've got to go and tell the judge that it's fucking fake. I've got to tell my own lawyer. I've got to tell her prosecutor who put it into the fucking court. You put it into the court trying to pretend that it's real, that it's current, and they don't say anything. They don't say it's out of date. Oh, no, viewer, they actually pretend that it's real, that you've got a current AVO. This is what women will do to you, okay? And in their mind, they legitimize them keeping their children from you. You will never see your children. It doesn't matter what orders you've got. It doesn't matter what your paperwork says. It doesn't matter. She does not have to obey it. And she knows it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, viewer, if she doesn't obey your order? What are you going to do? Answer me, gentlemen. Okay, because you may not have gone through this shit, but I have. Okay, I know exactly what they're going to do, mate. I know exactly what you got to do. And you can't call them. You can't call them, even though you've got it on your order. You can't call them, brother. Not without it being recorded, not making sure that you record your own phone call. Because if you try calling them, they'll make a report that you've abused them. If you go to your children's school to check up on your child, school report, whatever information you want, she'll contact the court and tell them that you abused the teachers. You abused the administration. They don't want you at the school. That's what she will tell the court. There's no reports. There's no nothing. She doesn't need anything. She just goes to the fucking family court and tells them that. And then the family court tells you to keep away from the school. Yeah. They don't give a fuck what you say, mate. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a male. You're a liar. Okay, you don't tell the truth. Nothing you say can be believed. I can only believe you if you've got a third-party report. If you've got a report, they'll believe a report, mate. The family report writer wrote down in her piece of paper that I should never see my daughter again. You disgusting fucking horrible woman. You fucking beast of a fucking woman. You fucking horror. How fucking dare you, mate? It's a 1 hour fucking meeting. I spent 40 to 50 minutes arguing about this this person telling me that I've got a DV order, I've got this order, I've got that order. I spent all of that time defending myself against fucking shit, mate, that isn't fucking real. It doesn't exist. And at the end of the day, that fucking family report writer, the professional with a pronoun, writes down in her report that you should never see your daughter again. Okay? Are you fucking kidding me? You spend an entire 40 minutes defending yourself against absolute lies with no paperwork, no fucking thing at all, no affidavits, no nothing. You've got an ex-wife talking shit and she totally believes it. Doesn't believe a single thing that you say, even when you say to her, show me the paperwork. Show me the paperwork. Okay, you've just accused me of this, and this. You got any paperwork? Because, hey, I'd like to see some fucking paperwork, lady. Well, then you're not allowed to talk to them like that because they're a fucking woman. Okay, and they get all offended. Fuck them, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck them. They want to sit there fucking accusing you of fake-ass fucking shit. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe them anything. I got really fucking pissed off in the matter of 40 minutes time answering this fucking woman's questions about bullshit, about lies. No paperwork, no proof, no fucking nothing, no charges. And you're sitting there telling me that I've got a DV order against my name? I said to her, show me the proof. Show me the proof that I've got a DV order. Because I'm thinking in my head, if I came to a fucking meeting, right, and I knew that, you know, my ex was going to be at the meeting in an hour's time, and I'm so afraid of her, I'm so afraid, right, that I've got all of these DV orders, I've got a DV, I've got AVO, I've got all of this stuff, right, wouldn't you bring the paperwork with you? Wouldn't you bring the paperwork? You know, they don't need paperwork. They don't need anything. They just need to accuse you. That's it. And when it's found out that it's not true, they can just move on to new accusations. They don't need to explain why they tried to put a fake AVO into the family law court. They don't know, they don't ask for any explanation. They don't say, the judge doesn't say, well, hey, this order's 3.5 years old. How did it end up in this paperwork? How did it end up in this paperwork in this court? It's got no standing here. But no, it doesn't, ladies and gentlemen. It just gets put off to the side. Oh, well, it must be a mistake then, a clerical error. That's what they put it down to. You know, it takes a conscious person to file the paperwork, viewer. The paperwork doesn't just Harry Potter appear in the fucking court, viewer. Someone has to hand that paperwork in, install it into the court. You know what I mean? So I'm asking for proof, bro. I'm asking for where this fucking order is, rah. It doesn't exist. It never existed. But you'll withhold my child from me. You'll withhold my child from me based on that. Based on those lies. Based on that non-factual fucking shit. Right? You don't see your children, brother. You won't see your children. All right? That's the object of the game, mate, is for you never to see your kids. That's what it's all about. As long as you don't see your children, mate, the family law court is happy. Okay? It's not a family law court, it's a woman's law court. It's not a family law court, it's a woman's law court. I swear to you, it's a woman's law court. They're more than happy to keep you and to keep you all apart. They really are. And they'll send you off to psychological reports. They'll send the kid off to psychological reports. Me and her need psychological reports, but the perfect ex-wife, she doesn't need any psychological report. She's perfect. But I need them and my daughter needs them. Work that shit out. Everybody needs a psychological report except for the woman. Except for her. She doesn't need any reports. She's fucking perfect, mate. Her accusations, her manners, everything is just absolutely spot on. And that's the sick part about it, is that they'll make me jump through absolute hoops, mate. Hoops. With the carrot dangling, you know, you're going to see your daughter if you do all of this, if you do this, you do that, you're going to see your daughter. And that's the dangle, that's the carrot. Okay, and then as soon as you've gone away and done that, you still have not seen your daughter. You still haven't seen her. You're never going to see her, bro. You're never going to see your daughter, mate. I've come to the realisation of that. You know, like, you're never going to see her. You're never going to speak to her. Like, I'm serious. You're never going to fucking have her in your life. This person is going to make sure that you don't have her in your life. And she's got the courts to back her. She's got the courts to back her. You know, they subpoena my records, right? My psychological reports, my doctor's things. They can't do that to her because she hasn't got any, because she doesn't need to go to any, because she's perfect. You see, it's only me and my daughter that need to go that. They would rather put through a 10-year-old, they would rather put a 10-year-old through all of that than to make the woman accountable for her own words and actions. Okay, she's not accountable. It's me and my daughter that are accountable. We have to be accountable. But a woman is perfect, mate. Perfect. Perfect, brother. It sucks, man. So I just go for a walk, man. I get out of the house. I go for a walk. You know, answer stupid questions. And all these people in my Gmail sending me messages and hiding in my room. What a fucking idiot you are, mate. Now, what is this next one? Like this fucking monkey, mate. Well, I'm fucking broke, mate. These cunts go and spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a fucking game machine. You know, to sit there unboxing a game machine. Like, who in the fuck cares about a game machine, right? And, you know, fuck hundreds of pounds worth of this shit, dude. And today it's like cyberpunk fucking stuff. I don't know, brothers. I don't know, brothers and sisters. Give us a tap, give us a like, man. Share the stream. I don't come on a whole lot, but when I do come on, I cause a bit of pandemonium, mate. Pandemonium. South African? Do I look like I'm South African to you, you fucking schnoz? I'm Australian, brother. Australian born and bred. All right? Australian born and bred, bro. Does this look like South Africa to you? Hey? Where do you think we are here, bro? Fucking South Africa to you? Hey? This is Australia, mate. You're all right, little fella. Give us a thumbs up, viewer. We got 50 in the chat, and we got 22 thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, you fucking schmozzers, mate. You don't do shit for me, huh? Nate, stay happy, healthy, and well. I hope you got someone in your life that loves you. But if you don't, mate, be happy in your own life. Be happy in your own space, brother. Okay, be happy in your own peace. I keep teaching you boys the same thing, man. Stop relying on women for your happiness. Stop relying on them. Don't rely on women for your happiness. You'll be a lot more happier. Okay? Be happy in yourself. Don't rely on them. If you rely on them, mate, you're going to get your heart broken, brother. Broken. Broken, brother. You're going to be at work one day and you're not going to know shit. You're going to come home from work and there's a fucking knock on your door and there's a sheriff there and you don't know why they're there and they tell you got 15 minutes to leave. And the person takes your property, brother. They take your property, they take your house, they take your car, they take your children, they take your bank account. And you don't know what the hell is even going on. And you get escorted off your property, you got 15 minutes to leave. And then you lose everything. You gentlemen need to learn. Learn, brothers, learn. Learn. Okay? Learn. That's how quickly you can lose everything, brother. You can work an entire 20 years, mate. You can work paying off your house, brother. You can own your house before you even meet them, and it doesn't matter. They get your property, mate. They get your house. They get your land. They get your children. Fucking hell, brother. Within 15 minutes, you've lost everything. You've lost everything. Everything that you knew is gone. It's gone, bro. And then they move their new boyfriend in. They moved the new boyfriend in, brother. It's insane. It's insane. Like, the woman wouldn't touch you, mate. She wouldn't touch you, wouldn't go anywhere near you. But she'll move the new boyfriend in, and the new boyfriend's on your bed, in your house, sitting on your lounge. It's hilarious, brother. It is hilarious. And don't forget, you still owe, okay? You still owe, don't forget. Like, they get everything that you had, but that's not enough. It's not enough, man. It's not enough, I tell you what, it's not enough. But hey, be happy, man. You know, boys, I keep telling you, man, you don't need to move them in. You don't need to marry them. You certainly don't need to move them in. And you do not need to marry them. Do not fucking marry them. What for? What is the fucking progress in that? What for? I was shaking my head, bro. What do I get out of this? I don't get shit out of this, brother. I don't even get a fucking cooked meal. I don't even get a cooked meal. Okay? And the person and they move the men into the spare room. What is this shit with the spare room? Why do all these women move their husbands to the spare room? You know, like, there's a lot of husbands out there right now sleeping in the spare room, brother. You know, you don't even get to sleep with them, mate. You don't even wake up in the morning with your own wife. You know, you're such a bad guy. You're such a bad guy. You're such a bad guy. And they wonder why. They wonder why you're pissed off. You know, you sleep alone every night. It's like you're married to somebody that hates you. It's like you're married to somebody who's your housemate. They become your housemate. But you pay all the bills. You pay all the bills and that's your housemate. And that's what it's like until they get sick of you. And then they treat you like shit to drive you out of the house. because by that time they're already talking to somebody else. Shit, boys, they're already sending naked pictures of themselves to somebody else. Are you kidding me, bro? I don't even get to see my wife naked. And here's some fucking guy on the internet has fucking got my wife's pictures, mate. What the fuck? Like, that is criminal, brother. That is criminal. You know, my property is really good, my money's really good, you know, everything that I own is really, really good, but you need to go. You know, I'll keep everything else, but you need to go. You need to leave. But make sure you leave with everything, just keep everything here. You know? LordDobbyKing@gmail.com, viewer. Lord Dobby King, mate. Lord Dobby King. Lord Dobby King, brothers. All right, give us a thumbs up, give us a follow. Don't be shy. I want that matching up now. Give us a follow, bro. Prenup won't work no more. They're a wake up to the prenup. Women are not stupid, mate. The prenup only works while you're together, and as soon as you've broken up with her, she goes to a lawyer and she says that you made her sign the prenup under duress. Under duress. Okay? That's all she's got to do. Is she says that you made her sign the prenup under duress. And once you've done that, mate, it negates the contract. It negates it. So she's got her door. It doesn't matter how wealthy you are, man. Like, seriously, if you've got any property in your name or any bank account in your name, a car in your name, they will take everything. Everything. Okay, she needs a car, so she'll take the car. Of course she's going to take your home. I mean, that's the whole point of moving in with you, wasn't it? You know what I mean? That's the whole point of getting married to you, is that she could get your house. And this happens between the 5th year and the 7th year. The 5th and 7th year, you can Google the statistics on it. We have 80% divorce rate initiated by women, 80%. So I'm not talking shit to you, I'm talking facts. You know, like between the 5th and the 7th year, majority of divorces happen, okay? And it's 80% divorce rate. And you know what's funny? If two lesbians get together, two women, it's 90% divorce rate. It's 90%. But the women always blame the men for the divorce. It's always the man's fault. Even though she initiated it, it's always the man's fault. Okay? But I hate the man, but I love his property. I like his money, and I like his furniture, and I like his car, and I like his house. I'm going to keep all of that, but I don't want to keep the man. Oh, I don't need to keep the man. I just need to keep everything that he's got. You know what I mean? Like, mate, it's like payday. I swear to God, I describe marriage as, you know, that game Wheel of Fortune? You know that game Wheel of Fortune? You know, and the Sheila goes to the wheel and she pulls the wheel down and it shows a different prize. Yeah, that's what marriage is, brother. They spin the wheel and they win the house. They spin the wheel and they win the car. They spin the wheel, they get the bank account. They spin the wheel, they get the children. And that's it. That's the end of the wheel. All prizes won. All prizes accounted for. You can only laugh about it afterwards, I swear to God. You can, yeah, it'll put you into. It took me three or four years just to get over it, just to get to where I am now, so I can talk about it. It took me fucking years, mate. Like, I was devastated. I was absolutely fucking devastated. I went to a doctor, everything, man, had psychological reports. I was called crazy, bro. I was called crazy. Are you fucking kidding me? Crazy? Crazy is marrying somebody and coming home and you're put into the spare room. Moon season, brother, and you get put into the spare room. Like, fucking, that's fun. Like, that. A lot of fun is for a workman. You come home from work. Oh my God. And after that, they all decide that after 8 o'clock at night, you know, the whole house, you know, it's time for them to go to bed. So you're sitting there in the living room at 8 o'clock watching TV, and the person just comes out, she turns the living room light off, she turns the TV off, and she leaves you in darkness. You've only been married to this fucking woman a few weeks, mate. You know, and you're sitting there in the fucking dark, mate. you know, and you're told to go to bed. You know, it's time for you to go to bed. And you're like, fuck you, go to bed. Don't fucking tell me to go to bed. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't swear. I don't say anything, brother. It's all in my head. I'm going, fuck you. You're like, it's all in my head, right? Like, so I was fucking pushed into the spare room at 8 o'clock every night. And then the bedroom door gets closed. It gets fucking slammed closed. I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. I ain't done shit wrong. I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. I know I'm not getting any fucking poo-tang pie. I know that the fucking naan bread's off the table. I know that. Fucking hell, mate. So I had to work all that shit out on my own. I had to work it out. What the fuck's going on? Why am I being treated like this? What for? You know? And it took me ages to realise that it's the house. It's the house and land. It's the property. You know, it's worth like fucking 700 grand or whatever it was. I didn't know. And it's the land. If she can get you off the land, mate, she owns the land. Hi. Hey, sports cards. How are you, man? I haven't seen you for ages. Hope you're good, bro. Hope you're good. Hope you're happy, healthy, and well, mate. Yeah, you're better off. You're better off being poor. You're better off being poor, mate, these days. Being rich puts a target on your head for women. That's all it does. It puts a target on your head, and they work out what you're worth. Or what they can get from you, and that's the only way you're going to get them, mate. You know, tell them you're a multi-millionaire, mate. You know, if you meet a good thought, mate, just tell them you're a multi-millionaire. You're a scientist. You drive a Ferrari, and you live in Turak. That's what you tell them, mate. Tell them a whole bunch of shit. Fucking, yeah, mate. Yeah, it's the mental calculator. I call it the mental calculator, boys. Every single woman will do this to you. Every single one of them. The first thing they'll ask you is, where do you work? And then they'll ask you, where do you work? Well, where do you live? And what car do you drive? They will ask you those three questions. It's all within the first 10 minutes. You'll get asked those three questions. And it doesn't matter what order, but you will get asked, where do you live? What car do you drive? And what job do you have? Now, they do that, mate, to put it into a mental calculator. They've got a little calculator in their brain, and as they're talking to you, they're adding it up. They're adding it all up. You know, what's your house worth? What's your car worth? I swear to God, brother, that they add that shit up. Yeah, it becomes a dollar amount. It becomes a dollar amount for them. You know, what is it worth to go out with him? What's it worth? So, you know. And then you'll get the demands for the handbags and the purses and the lipsticks and the makeups. You know, they want to see how much you'll spend on them. So, you know, the first purchase will only be $400. It'll be a purse, $400 purse. To you, that's like, wow, that's astronomical. You've never spent $400 on anything, right? Because you're a man. Fucking, we don't spend $400 on fucking anything except a fishing rod. That's about it. But a woman will spend that just on a purse. Just on a purse. And then she's going to need a bag, so that's $1,500 for the bag. So I dropped $1,900, mate, just in one afternoon. Just one afternoon with this person, $1,900. And that's not including like the soap place. They go to the soap place, they buy perfumes, they buy lipsticks, they buy blushes, they buy makeup. All of that you've got to pay for. They don't pay for anything, okay? Even if they've got a job, even if they're employed, they don't want to buy it. They want you to buy it, okay? They want you to pay for it. You know what really killed me? Is that, you know, at the end there, you know, when I was taking care of my daughter, I had no money. I wasn't the one working in the house. You know, I was the one at home looking after my daughter as was agreed. That's what we agreed to do as parents. Now, I'm totally broke, mate, okay? And and I ask her for a couple of bucks, you know, $20, mate, just to go down the next day and get some groceries. She refuses. She refuses to give me any money at all, none. You know, you should have your own money. I said, but I'm the one that's doing this. You know, what do you mean? Minding the kid and all that, you know. So I used to have to go and steal money from her purse, mate.
Yeah, I have to go and steal money, man, in order to buy groceries, dude, in order to go down to the shop the next day. I've got to go down and steal it from her purse, all right? And when I go to her purse, mate, I've never seen so much money. I was really disgusted. Where did all this money come from? Like, the purse is full, 50s, 100s, 20s, it's full of money. And I'm thinking, how much money do you get paid every week? And what exactly do you do? What do you do to get all this money? You know? So I started asking her, and she refused to even tell me what she does. So I don't actually believe anything this person says. So I was nicking $20 here, nicking $20 there, mate, just for me and Echo the next day to go and go to the pool or go and buy some groceries for lunch and get some lunch, something like that. But you've got to steal from them, bro, in order to do it. They're not just going to give it like you do. When your wife asks you for money, you just give it to her. You know, when you ask her for money, it's a huge discussion. You know, what are you going to buy? What are you going to spend it on? You know, oh, I don't like that. I don't really. There's no need for you to buy that this week. You can wait until next week. You'll get all those excuses. Okay? Just don't marry them, boys. Don't marry them. Don't move them in. Don't put the house and land in their name. Do not trust them when they tell you how much they love you, and they love you and will always be together, and I'm always going to be with you, and all of that. Yeah, that's just plain lies. It's absolute lies. And too many men believe it and trust their wives because you're married to them. But there's only one in the marriage, and that's you. And she's just waiting for you to sign the paperwork, and she's going to kick you to the curb. She's going to kick you to the curb so quick, man, because you are worth more to her, gone, off the property, than you are on the property. Off the property, she gets everything. She gets the house, she gets whatever's in the house, your possessions that you own in the house, she gets everything. If she keeps you around, then it's only worth, your wages every week, and she's got to sleep with you. And she doesn't want to sleep with you. She hasn't slept with you for fucking months. She doesn't want anything to do with you. You know, she just pretends, mate. That smile that you've got on that face and you know it's not real. Yeah, trust your gut. It ain't real. Trust your gut, gentlemen. You know that spidey sense you've got inside of you all the time? Make sure you trust that fucking spidey sense. Because it'll never let you down, bro. It'll never let you down. You know, it'll tell you the truth. It's just up to you whether you believe it or not. You know, with me, mate, it was like spidey tingle every 10 minutes. You know, every time. And I'll tell you what happens, gentlemen, when they've worked out, when the woman works out that you've worked her out, that you've got her, mate, you understand what's going on, and she realises that you know, that's when you're going to get the ignore game. The ignore game. It's one of the woman's favourite games to play. It's called the ignore game. Now, a woman can play the ignore game for months, mate, and she won't even say hello to you when you come in the door. She will absolutely ignore you. And I am talking ignore, okay? As in turn around and walk away from you. When you try and talk to her, she ignores you. She doesn't even stay in the same room to you. She makes it so obvious, okay? And you will spend months and months and months playing the ignore game. That is because you've said the word no. You've said the word no, you haven't agreed to something that she wants, and you're not going to give her something that she wants, or you're not going to do something that she wants, and her way of power to get you back on side is ignoring you. Because you're not going to get any poo-tang pie, mate. There's no poo-tang pie for you, brother. There's none. Oh, mate, I swear to God, I became a monk. I became a monk when I was married. A monk. I got more action outside of marriage than I did when I got married. I swear to God, I got nothing when I was married. Absolutely jack. And the laws in Victoria, you're not even allowed to the laws here, you cannot presume because you've married her that she has to have any relations with you. You cannot presume that. That's what I was told by my own lawyer. Just because she's married to you, you cannot presume that she's going to do it. I said, well, but she presumes that I'm going to pay all the bills. She presumes that I'm going to provide the protective thing that a man does, the traditional role that a man plays, but a man can't presume that she's going to do the same. Like, it's just one way. It's one way only. It's exactly what they want. Like they go into a relationship and they go, yeah, I'll take that, and that. I know I don't like that. Put that on the side. Yeah, I find that offensive. Paying bills. Yeah, I find that very offensive. Put that on the side. I don't pay the bills. I don't pay for food. I don't pay electricity, council rates, car registration. I don't pay for any of that. That's your money, and my money stays over here. Yeah, my money stays over here. So I found, mate, they don't pay a single thing. They walk away very, very healthy, mate. I couldn't believe how much money my lawyer had found that was hidden in bank accounts through my ex. Just stuff I didn't even know about, mate. Like seriously, a lot of money just kicking around, and here I am struggling to pay everything, and this woman is running around, my so-called wife, with handbagfuls of money and refusing to pay anything and putting me into debt. And then I found out through my lawyer that we've got over 100 grand sitting in a bank. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? So no wonder I've been struggling so hard. I mean, the person's been saving as much as they can. And that is all for your way out. You see, they wanted to make sure that they're covered, that they have got money for when they get rid of you, that they've got enough money for themselves. And 100 grand, mate, that's just not enough for a woman. You know, it's just not enough. She needs more, mate. She needs the house, the car, she needs the bank, she needs the furniture, and she's still going to look at you and go, it's not enough. It's not enough, you know, it's not enough. You know, you still owe me, you still owe me. They're sitting in your fucking house, bro, and you owe them. You owe them. Like, when they walk away from marriage, they are more than whole. More than whole. They've become they become wealthy from the marriage. You know, you walk away with your clothing. You walk away with your clothing, and that's it. You know, your clothing and your car, your toothbrush, your phone charger, and your pillow and blanket, and that's it. They tell you to get off the property, and you're not allowed back on the property again, and everything that you own, and in 6 months' time you can go to court, and the judge will give you a time frame to go to get your items, and the woman has already chosen what you can take or not. Driveway, even if it's pouring with rain, she'll put all of your property out into the driveway, and you're not allowed anywhere near the property at all. So she basically keeps everything. She throws away all the shit into the carport that she doesn't want, which is mainly just the garbage. I swear to God, dude, you got no idea. It's stuff that I don't even own. But she throws all the garbage out to you. You get all the shit. Terrible, bro, terrible. My comic book collection, my action figurine collection, all of my statues, all the stuff that I'd been collecting for 20 years. I didn't get any of that. Not a single fucking piece of it, mate. I'd been collecting that for 20 years before I even met the person. But they also get to keep all of that also, boys. Don't marry them. Don't marry them. Don't move them in. That's the same girl as the last bus stop. Oh, yeah. Swear to God, man, that chick was at the last bus stop waiting for the bus. The fuck, dude? How'd she get here before us? That's so weird. Anyway, I'm back into my thing now. I'm back in where I belong, over in my area. I just go for a walk, mate. I didn't get up today until 3 o'clock. I've been fucking miserable all week. Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to handle it, mate. I really don't. I used to be able to go and talk to somebody. I had a doctor to go and talk to. But nowadays, they subpoena the court records for the psychologist that I talk to. So anything that I say to the doctor is going to be used against me in court now. Like anything. So me saying that I'm depressed is going to be used against you. Saying you have multiple personality, that's going to be used against you. Look, he's crazy. He's not allowed to see his daughter. He's crazy. Oh, look, he's got anxiety. Yeah, he can't see his daughter. They're going to use everything they can in that report for you not to see your daughter. Okay? Everything. Whatever they can find, mate. So I was offered more sessions. I was actually offered more sessions. And I just, am really afraid at what is going to be shared. Because my job's already hard enough already, ladies and gentlemen. She doesn't need any more. She doesn't need any more evidence, does she? She just creates her own evidence. She doesn't need any proof. She creates her own proof. She creates her own court orders. She creates her own orders, for me to follow.
You know, so I'm not going to give her more ammunition, but it's taken an avenue away from me that I can no longer sit down and talk to somebody and they help me through it. Because the government will just have you thinking you're crazy. Like you're a crazy person, you know, you're not allowed to think this way or whatever, rah, you're just crazy. That's what they'll think, that's what they'll tell you, okay? And they'll use any report they can against you, viewer. Gentlemen, trust me when I tell you this, okay? It's what I'm telling you is the truth. And I'm not the only one, brother. There are many, many, many of me. Many, many, many. And it doesn't matter how rich you are. Look at all these really rich men and all the women still divorce them, ladies and gentlemen. They're not even happy with that. They've got a multi-billionaire sports star. You know, every woman lusts after him, right? And she's got to be banging the pool bloke. She gets caught banging the pool bloke, bro. She's got a multi-billionaire husband, right? So it goes to prove to you, it doesn't matter how much money you got, influence you got, how much, or whatever it is, that woman is not going to keep her legs closed. Okay? She's going to find a little pool boy or something like that, and that's it. You become boring. You know, the multi-billionaire husband is boring. The pool guy is exciting, right? So that's why she cheated, brother. They actually cheat on a multi-billionaire. On a multi-billionaire that's got everything, brother, they still cheat. They fucking cheat, bro. Mate, they can't help it. Because they always look at it and go, well, I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. They look at themselves guys, when you look in the mirror, like me, you know, when I look in the mirror, mate, I know I'm ugly. I know I'm old. I know I've got wrinkles and I know I'm not handsome at all. I know that, okay? I'm a man. I look at the mirror and I realise that. When a woman looks in the mirror, all she sees is model. She sees perfect 10. She doesn't see any flaws. She doesn't see any pimples. She doesn't see anything. She sees the perfect 10. I'm a perfect 10. Ask them. Ask them yourself. Ask them yourself. Ask a woman. And they'll tell you themselves, rate themselves. Ask them to rate themselves. And it'll be a perfect 10 every time. They're perfect. So when they look in the mirror, they don't see anything but the perfect 10. So they can't judge themselves, they can't look at themselves in any other way except I'm perfect. And that's why they can look at you and they can point out every single flaw that you have. Whatever they don't like, they'll point out to you and they'll be happy to do that. But if you point out to them, hey, you got a big fat ass, I can trust me, bro, it's a fucking World War III. Like, she's allowed to say whatever she wants to you. You tell her, love, you got a fucking fat ass. Fucking, oh, mate, it's World War III. Because they're perfect models, mate. They're perfect 10s. Okay? Okay, that's how it is. Come on, man, that's the truth. They are perfect. So you can't win with that, viewer. You can't win. They are more than happy to point out everything wrong with you. And they will find 1,000,001 things, mate. Listen, gentlemen, let me tell you a secret in life, mate. If you've ever got a problem in life, right, and you don't know what's wrong with you, all you've got to do is stop any woman walking on the street, mate. Just stop any woman walking along the street, and she'll be able to tell you exactly what's wrong in your life, okay? Because a fucking woman knows everything, brother. She knows fucking everything, bro. She knows everything, bro. All you got to do is ask her, mate. That's it. That's how it rolls, brother. That's the truth, though, bro. Just choose any stranger, man, and just ask, and they'll tell you. I swear to God. It doesn't take a whole lot, viewer. This is my local, bro. This is my local. Head on home, man. I've had a good walk. Have I got $2? Let me check, mate. See if I got $2. Get a can of Coke, man. I get thirsty. Oh, I might have $2 in here, bro. I might be able to get a can of Coke. Yay, I think I do. 1 minute. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, I do, man. I got $2. I'll get a can of Coke. Hello, mate. How are you? That's good, because nobody care, okay? Nobody care. Okay, have a good day.
You too.
All right. See ya. Sir, take your time, sir. Take your time.
Thanks a lot.
You too, sir. You see, he didn't get offended, did he? When I said to him, mate, take your time. He didn't fucking chuck down, oh, you're abusing me, did he? You know what I mean? That's how a fucking man acts. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the guy opened the door for the guy and the guy's just walking through. I said, mate, take, because he's got a bad leg. Take your time. Take it. You heard what I said. You know, a man doesn't take offence to that, do they? But a fucking woman will. A fucking woman will. You tell a woman to take your time, like there's no rush, it's all good. And the next thing you know, she spends 3 weeks in the total shits, mate. Every time you walk into her shop to buy fucking a packet of smokes. I tell you what, boys, that bitch, I haven't bought a packet of smoke off you since. It has cost you fucking money to be rude to me. It has cost you money. You don't get to be rude for free. I'm not going to be backing up buying a packet of smokes off you. I'll go down the road there and buy them off somebody else. Okay? I'll buy them off him. That when I walk in there and says, hello, you know what I mean? I get treated like a customer, not like a schmuck, okay? Not like an ugly old man asking me a question kind of thing, right? Who wants to be talked to like that, viewer? Who wants to be treated like that when you're just a customer walking in to buy something? So I don't even bother anymore. I went in there today to get $20 out of the machine. The woman, I could see the woman watching me, and I just turned around and walked away. I didn't spend a dime with you, love. Not a fucking penny, mate. I didn't even buy a cigarette lighter from you. So it cost you money. I think maybe 3 packets of cigarettes so far. So that's $45 right there, plus a cigarette lighter. So it's cost you nearly $50 when so far to be rude to me. You know, you want to be rude, it's going to cost you money. I'm a customer. I'm not a fucking schmuck. Anyway, boys. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal. Slip us a chocolate milk if you can afford it. If you can't, I understand. We're all broke. We're all in the same boat. We're all living the same fucking Australian dream, brother, aren't we? I need more American fans. I need more American fans, okay? $1 their money is almost $2 Australian. So if an American gives you $20, it's like $40 Australia. Yeah! Anyway, bros. Oh, I keep farting, mate. Gosh. I'll have a quiet night, try and get some sleep. I've been sleeping like shit lately. I keep thinking about my all the time. I'm sorry, I try not to, but unfortunately I keep dreaming about her, I keep thinking about her, and I can't help it. I'm just... So it wakes me up at night time, mate. It wakes me up 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I go out, I fucking have a chonga and try and go back to sleep, and I tend to wake up 2 hours later, and like I woke up, I don't know how many times, man. I still wake up now 2 or 3 times a day, every night I wake up. So it's no fun, gentlemen. No fun going through this. I don't recommend it at all. Stay happy, healthy and well. I do hope you got someone in your life that loves you and it's real, it's not fake. Beautiful family unit, lovely family unit. Many family together. Must be nice, man, to have that. You know? Have people around you that love you, mate. It must be nice. You know, people around you that talk to you and stuff like that, that must be nice. To have dinner with them, that would be good. Not hang out with someone that just fucking ignores you, bro. Doesn't even be bothered to say hello to you when you come home from work. Has no interest in anything in your life at all. That's a pretty good giveaway. If the woman that you're with, gentlemen, knows nothing about you. She knows nothing about you. She's never asked a single question about you or your family. She knows nothing about where you were raised or where you went to school, or she doesn't even know your mum and dad's name because she doesn't give a fuck. You know all about hers. You know her parents' name. You know where she went to school and where she went to job and everything else because you actually fucking love the person and you asked. But they don't give a fuck about you, so they've never asked a single question at all, ever. So they've got no idea about anything about your life at all. Thank you for the $1. I appreciate you. God bless you. 30% of that goes to the machine, and it's not for a whole month. The machine keeps it for a whole month. Super chat are kept for 1 month. I don't see that. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com, and it comes to me straight away. Even if it's $1, it comes to me straight away. Straight away. It hasn't been an easy trip for me. It hasn't been an easy ride. I don't mind being broke, don't get me wrong. I've been living off the small donations that I get on here. That has been keeping me going. And I'm not complaining at all. I have $46 in my bank account. I can show you the picture, and that's what I have in my bank. You know, I get paid next Wednesday. So, I'm not, I don't sit there worrying about that part of it. When I think about that, I actually look up and I look, man, I've got my own apartment. Okay, I've got my own place. You know, my own shower, my own toilet, my own little fucking place here. So that on its own is worth is a huge step up from where you were before. Sleeping on a garage floor or sleeping in your car. I can't believe that her and her mother tried to convince me to go and sleep in the car. You know, why don't you go in the car 1 or 2 months and then you come back and then maybe Chen love you. Maybe she love you after 1 month or 2 months you go away. But you better to go away. That was the mother. That was the mother desperately trying to get me off the property. Tells me to go and sleep in my car and then come back in 1 month or 2 months and then maybe everything okay. So these bitches, mate, they want you fucking sleeping in your car for 2 months while they live their fucking life for 2 months. They move along 100%. Everything is fucking sweet for them. They're not missing anything. And you get to wake up in your car. You get to wake up in your car. I'm sure you'll be comfortable. She got busted one day. She put me out to the car. And I slept down in the corner. I parked the car down in the corner of the court, and my daughter must have seen the car. So she's asked her mum to come and see where's Dad, where's Dad, where's Dad? So they walked all the way down to the corner and got me out of the car, my daughter did. But I ended up sleeping back into the garage again that night. I was just sleeping on the fucking floor in the garage, mate. And it's freezing fucking cold. I owe you fucking nothing. You owe fucking me. Okay, I don't owe you anything, bitch. I'm the one sleeping on a fucking floor, not you. I don't owe you nothing. Nothing. You think it's fun? Go and pull your mattress out to your garage floor, ladies and gentlemen, and go and sleep a fucking night in your garage on the floor on your mattress. And then come back and tell me how much fun it was. Tell me how comfortable you were and how fucking nice you were. Go and do that. And before you do that, make sure that the house is locked up. 8 o'clock at night, lock that back door. Because after 8 o'clock at night, a man apparently is an abuser and a rapist after 8 o'clock. By 7 o'clock in the morning, he's fine, he's cured. So you can open the back door up again at 7 o'clock. You know, when I'm ready to go to the toilet, I'll open the back door for you. But you're not allowed in the house, okay, because you're a rapist and you might grape me in bed. Like, this is the fucking hide they have of you, mate. They wouldn't even touch you when they were with you. They wouldn't go anywhere near you when they were married to you. Apparently, you're a fucking grapist. That's what they call you, mate. They call you a grapist. So don't believe anything they say, boys. The I love you, don't believe it. Don't believe them when they tell you we'll always be together and I'll always love you and we're always... Yeah, don't believe any of that either. That is absolute fucking lies. The only thing you can believe is their actions. That's it. Words don't mean anything. Actions are all that matter. If you've got a person that fucking says all that to you, and meanwhile you're in the spare room, yeah, Don't fool yourself thinking that you're in love, that she loves you, because she don't love you at all. So Israel has been voted an illegal state. Israel has been by the UN has been declared an illegal state. So now everything that it does is illegal. Apparently it's all right for Israel to go out into international waters and there's a boat there they don't like, so they can just hijack the boat. They can take everybody off the boat. They can spray the boat with this lead-based chemical. It's a white chemical. And what that does is that leaks into the food. That's what it does. It leaks into it, and it destroys any food that's on the boat. It makes it unedible, and that is why they sprayed it onto the boat. It's to make sure that the aid can't be unloaded and given to anybody. The most moral army in the world, of course. Don't forget that. The most moral army in the world, of course, right? But these people seem to think that they own fucking everything. They can go to international waters and kidnap people off the fucking water. You know, arrest everybody. You know, take the boat. I call it hijacking the boat. You know, that's what I call it. I call it kidnapping, mate. I call it piracy. You know, when a country can just take your fucking shit in international waters and nobody says anything. No other government comes out and protects them. No other government fucking warship says, hey, back the fuck off. This is an aid convey, and if you can go anywhere near them, it's going to be fucking war. No one says anything about that. No one. This fucking Israel, mate, that can do what the fuck they want, mate. You know? And they've got all the reasons they can. Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. You know, Hamas. You know, they bombed 36 fucking hospitals, right? 36. There's tunnels under everything, right? Finally, they found something that's got a tunnel. But unfortunately, they can't show you in one take. They've got to cut it. They've got it cut like 4 times. So who knows where the fuck this is? Who knows who created it? But they're going to tell you, oh no, this is underneath the hospital. This is under the hospital. This is the reason why we had to blow the hospital up. So you go into the room, there's one fucking gun there. There's 2 mattresses sitting on the floor. There's one room. It's one room. And they're telling you that it's a safe house. This is where they protected themselves and they were safe to sleep. So it's not actually a fucking stronghold for fucking, you know. You've got 2 beds there. Both the guys were dead. Both the guys were dead when they arrived. There was no other combatants in the joint. And that to them, in their fucking psycho fucking world, gives them a reasons enough to flatten the entire fucking hospital and to kill everybody. Women, doctors, nurses, it doesn't matter. Just kill them all, you know? Yeah, they're all Hamas, mate. I've heard the big boys say that everybody's Hamas. Women, children, doctors, nurses, they regard everybody as Hamas leaders. Hospitals, media outlets, they're strongholds. The hospital is a stronghold filled with, you know, terrorists. So that's why it has to be destroyed. Anyway, I'll try and come on another day, viewer. I got all the bills paid. I got the internet paid. I got my rent paid. So I can't complain. Just not a lot of paper to walk around with. Tomorrow I'm going to need a packet of smokes. Oh man, I can't see shit. Here we go. Right, I'm glad to be home, mate, to be honest. I have a can of Coke, mate. Sit down. This is my little joint. I've got my own little place, mate. Nothing fancy, but fucking at least it's mine. Anyway, man, take care. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com. I'd appreciate it if you can. That'd be great. Otherwise, have a good day. Take it easy. Thank you for viewing with me and keeping me company today. I hope you don't mind. It's still an hour and a half of my time. And I'll put it straight to members. For the members,
People, please join if you can. It's $2.90 a month. It's not a lot, but you get to come into every string and you get the highlights and you get the reels that are in the members only area. So anyway, thanks for viewing. I appreciate you. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com if you can help an old book out because I'm fucking broke. That would be great. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Not a big deal. God bless you and your family, okay? And I hope you have someone in your life that loves you. That isn't fake. I really do. I really do. See you, boys.